Hey people, I'm going to talk about a live show GG Allin the Jabbers did March 4th, 1983. Over 41 years ago. At a place called Mavericks. Some shithole in Boston, Massachusetts. We were backing up this band called Smegma and the Nuns. I read about Smegma and the Nuns in some local fanzines in Boston. I was pretty interested. I thought that was a great name. I heard this guy wore a black priest robe and his band members were wearing the nuns' habits, the headdresses. This could be pretty good. So I was kind of excited to see him. This gig was on a Friday night, so a lot of our friends from Manchester, all these knuckleheads and lunatics, they decide we're going down to see GG. So we had quite the crew with us this night, going to Mavericks. So we get into this shithole, and within 5 minutes, a friend of mine that I've known since 4th grade, great guy, named Jimmy, he orders a shot. He gets his shot, pounds it down, and he throws the shot glass against the bar wall in the back. Shatters. That old Boston bartender, he grabbed him right by the eye sockets. And basically said to him, "You do that again, and I'm gonna kill you." So, we're in for a night with these guys with us. That's all I know. Another story about Jimmy. After he got out of high school, I graduated with him. He decides he's going to go into the Marines. He lasted about 2 weeks in the Marines. On his official physical in the Marines, on the notes, it says, self-inflicted X wound on chest the night before boot camp. Old Jimmy took a razor blade, carved a nice X into his chest. And he told us he wouldn't sleep in his bunk. He'd sleep on the floor. These Marines didn't know what to do with this guy. He got discharged or whatever, but he didn't make it. Great guy. He's with us. So we play the first set, and I'll tell you what, I don't remember anything about this set. Typical GG show. I'm sure he's, rolling around, jumping around, beer flying, swearing, the mayhem, normal stuff. That's all. I don't remember a damn thing about that first set. And Smegma and the Nuns comes on, and I'm interested. I'm watching these guys. After about 10 minutes, best part about this band was their name. Just generic whatever. Nothing special, nothing interesting, except for the costumes. Love or hate GG. The man, no matter what band he played in, Jabbers, Murder Junkies, Anti-Scene, whatever he played with, he left an impression on you, which is an important thing. You go see a GG Allin the Jabbers show, he's going to leave an impression on you, good or bad. That's a good thing. I don't know if GG had charisma or magnetism, but I know one thing, that he had a hell of a lot of energy. I remember you'd walk into Al's apartment, I'd be in there, and the energy would just shift. This man was a ball of energy. He'd be jive talking, walking around. He couldn't stand still. He'd sit down, he'd be drumming on his knees, tapping his feet, talking shit. The man was always in motion. And on stage, 10 times as much. You could tell. The best place this man wanted to be was on stage. So the second set, it starts, and the boys are getting restless. Wasn't 5-10 minutes in, I believe, one of these knuckleheads from Manchester that came down with us, he finds a garbage can, a steel garbage can in this place. This place had 2 rooms. One room was like the bar, and the other room had a few booths in it. It was like a dining room. They served food in this shithole. And the stage was in this room. That's where we played. So he throws up this garbage can up on the stage. What do you think GG Allin's going to do with a garbage can? He's going in there. Sure enough, he pulls out some half-eaten onion rings and ketchup. He starts smearing this shit all over his face, all over his chest. Takes the garbage can, turns it over, garbage all over the stage. He's rolling around. He's having a great time. So these people running this shithole, they could care less. So these guys find every garbage can in the place and throw it up on the stage. Within 5-10 minutes, there's garbage all over the stage, about a foot high. Then I believe it was my brother and my cousin. They decide, let's throw a booth up on the stage. They drag one of these wooden booths over, throw it up on the stage. Gigi crawls up into that booth. He's singing around, jumping into the garbage. Well, it was a great show. And these people, they didn't give a shit that ran the place. They could care less. And after the show, it was winter time. Al and I found some snow shovels by the door. We had to clean up our mess. So we like zambonied all this trash off the stage, put it back in the garbage cans, so Smegma could play. And one thing about Gigi, if you didn't know, whatever he wore going down to a show, that's what he wore on stage. He didn't carry a duffel bag or a knapsack with a bar of soap, face towel, deodorant, change of clothes. Nothing. So when he left the show, got off the stage, he went home just like that. With all the onion ring smell, the dried ketchup, he didn't give a shit. I think he wore this like a badge of honor, going back with all the shit still on him. I even heard Merle in an interview say even in those murder junkie days when he really got dirty with shit and piss and blood, probably cum. He didn't clean up. Jumped right in the van and off they went. I can't imagine the smell in those vans. Those murder junkie days. Those Jabbers days. He smelled like an onion ring. Big deal. Made me hungry. It was a great show. Never forget that garbage on that stage.